podcast episode 82. I have a special guest in the building, Adriana. How are you doing?
Doing good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. As a lot of times, people do come on the pod and be kind of shy, but you got to talk a little.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So tell me about yourself.
Oh my goodness. Sorry about
It's
that.
okay.
Well, yeah, I'm Adriana. I'm from Austin, Texas. Born and raised. Yeah, this is my first podcast I've been on, and so, like you said, I'm a little nervous, but I feel like once we get to talking more, I'll get a little more comfortable.
Get more comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in that sense, let's go ahead and just jump into it because we got shit to do.
Okay.
And I got shit to talk. So, interest. In regards to showing interest to a person, how do you personally show interest? Like, not interest in like anything sexual, but just like, I'm interested in this person. This is exactly what I do, and this is how I move about it.
Okay. Well, to start off, I usually don't make a first move, but if I do, I'll, send a text message, DM.
Hey, I like you.
Yeah, probably do it a little more often. Like, you'll probably hear from me every day. Say compliments, compliment the person. Yeah, hey, when are we gonna hang out? And I'm sure by that point they'll get the hint and
get the understanding.
And if I don't get anything back, then I don't push it.
Being left on red is like one of the most hurtful things a person could do to you.
Yeah. Do you get left on red?
Oh no, hell no.
No?
That doesn't even make sense.
No, but I mean, I've definitely done it. I'm guilty of it. I'm really bad at turning people down. That's the reason I do it.
Oh.
Like if they're like, messaging me, or if I'm not really feeling it, I mean, what am I gonna say? Like, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
There's been people that have been like, hey, like if I have a boyfriend or something, like, why even message back? And I agree,
Because maybe for later.
Maybe save it for later.
Yeah, you
I've
never
got
know.
a boyfriend now, but I'll let you know when I'm single.
Who knows?
Yeah.
For me, literally, it is a simple thing for me to show interest. Like, my interest is simple. That's me talking to you. Like, if I like you or if I'm interested in talking to you, it's as simple as me like actually responding and conversating with you. Because people will say that I like to pod in messages. Like, I ask a lot of questions, but I don't ask like personal questions per se. More things like, who are you? Like, not personal, like family stuff, but like as far as like who you are and things like that. So I want to come on the pod and be a little spicy, right? Because someone did leave me on red and hurt my feelings. Okay. But I'm going to talk about a little bit of differences in ages before I go over that person. So what's the youngest you would personally date someone? Youngest or oldest?
The youngest I would date 25.
And you're 31?
31, yeah. So let's say if I was older, let's say if I was 40, I'd probably do 30. I don't know. It depends.
So I had a podcast with two separate people. One was a 24-year-old and one was a 34-year-old. And you could hear the difference in like existence.
Of course, yeah.
And I've never personally been involved, dated anyone that's younger than me than more than 2 years. Like, anything more than that is abnormal for me. Okay. So I'll tell you a story about someone that I was kind of talking to, but I don't know if I want to say this. I really wanted to come on here and be spicy.
Be spicy. Let's break the ice.
But I noticed the difference in the episodes, right? Okay. So 24-year-old is very smart, very articulate. 34-year-old is the same, right? But the conversation is different, and it's different based off of experiences, right? I don't think you can experience what that 34-year-old had being at the young age of 24, if that makes sense. Yeah. So how would you feel comfortable dating someone that's 25 if you're 31?
Well, they would like you said. I mean, they would kind of have to be, as far as conversation goes, more my level. I don't want to say my level because it's not like I'm, you know, up
You're a
high or
pro
anything.
conversationalist.
Yeah, but as long as we can, as far as like career, none of that really matters because things can always change, even at 40 or 50.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. So, yeah, I don't know if I could do it because it just like the second we get in an argument that's super stupid, I just wouldn't even like you don't even know
As far as
how relevant this
yeah,
is right now.
I mean, as far as pursuing it, that's a different story. I wouldn't pursue it. Yeah, because I don't want to feel like the mama or the older sister.
Yeah, it's a really, really weird dynamic. So that's why when I see dudes who are like 40 involved with like 25-year-olds or dudes in their 30s that are dealing with like 21-year-olds and things like that, I'm so confused because I'm like, what can you guys possibly have in common that makes this work?
Right. Well, yeah. Do you think guys have a preference in age as far as younger?
Yeah, there's some sick old dudes out here. Like, what's the fucking rapper's name? What's his name? Fuck.
The one that recently.
Yeah, he got married to like a 19-year-old or something like that.
Marcus Houston?
Marcus. Yeah, it's him.
Yeah?
It's
Okay,
him.
okay.
It's that dude. Yeah, for sure. Like, isn't he like 40?
Yeah, he's
And
like,
19, like I don't see the correlation, and I think it's
I think
sick.
he said something on there, whatever they said. He said he was basically like, she doesn't have any kids, she doesn't have any baggage, and women his age would have baggage to go along with it.
Well, that's not
as far
true.
as experiences.
That's not true. I know
agree.
mad women in their 30s, early 40s who were like, I don't want kids. Like, I'm cool with like living my life like this. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I just think that's sick. Like,
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I can see maybe the most 6 years behind.
Yeah.
The most.
When it gets past 10, it's like, past a decade. It's like that's for like
What?
different era.
Like, and I was
music.
talking like this person I was talking to, like she's 24 and I'm 30, right? And I was at the middle school and she was at the elementary school right across from each other at the same time.
Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is. That's a little weird.
I couldn't get that out of my fucking mind. But do you think like maturity just comes from age, or is it like a scenario where like if you've been through a lot of shit, you just know a lot?
Yeah, I think if you've been through a lot of stuff, then you do have a little bit more experience. And I also think that comes with age, though, because people that are older go through more things, I feel like, as far as life goes. Career, job, school.
Like life. Like you have to like go through it.
Yeah. And if you're young, you haven't been through that many relationships.
And if you have, they probably weren't even the relationships that you're even going to accept in your later years.
Of course, yeah.
One of the themes of like conversations I have with women is like, they always say, I've never done this. I've never been on this kind of date. And I'm just like, how? How did you make it to this grown age?
They've never been like
like I know people who are in their 30s who have never had like a date. Like a date.
That's interesting.
But been in relationships. Like,
how does that happen?
I don't know. I really don't get it.
I wonder, like, if once they're in the relationship, if they're already together, going out to eat, do they consider that a date, or probably not? Do they even do that?
No,
like,
I think it's a thing where a lot of times we don't even communicate that we have wants and needs until it's too late. And I think a lot of times people get in relationships with no texture. It's just like, oh, you're cute. Oh, you're cute. Let's fuck. Okay, we fucked. Let's move in together. Let's fuck even more. Oh,
I wish
fuck.
it was that easy.
Now I'm fucking annoyed.
Oh, where have I been?
It's not that easy outside?
Yeah, not for me.
You never just...
I've been in relationships, but they lasted a while. So, but I wonder if they started off like that. It was so long ago.
They always do.
I think they did start off like that.
They always do.
Yeah.
And either that guy or that girl already has experienced it before, so that just becomes a part of the habit later on, like you guys do eventually do date nights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or it could just be a dude who's just been getting off fucking bitches for like ever.
Yeah.
And then sticking with them for 2 or 3 years here, 2 or 3 years here, and then never having to do anything.
Yeah.
Like I hear it a lot. Like women will literally tell me, like, I've never really felt that. So now it's an overcorrection. So like every guy that you meet moving forward is, if he doesn't do this, or this, I don't even want to talk to him. when sometimes certain dudes just don't do certain things early.
Right.
Like
yeah.
me, I'm like not the early guy. Fuck all that shit.
And how are you?
For me, like to date someone or be involved with somebody, it's gonna come with a lot of communication, like an ungodly amount. Like it's gonna be a lot of talking. Like I don't think you can really grow in conversation by just fucking going out to eat all the time.
Right.
Like I'm a person who really wants to like sit down and learn a person or just go over wants and needs and stuff like that pretty early, so that if there is a problem that comes up, not only do I know how to talk to you, I know that, hey, maybe this is just a part of what you are, and I'm not going to be here to change it. I'm just going to be here to learn how to handle it when it does pop up. Things like that.
Do you date a lot?
No.
No.
No, because I'm a focus on one kind of person kind of guy. Like, I can't, what the girls say, date them all. Like, no, I'm too... I feel as if myself is too valuable to just be doing that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sharing that's too much energy to share. Fuck all that.
Oh,
And then you want to fuck with me? I don't want none of that. I don't want you hoes and all. God damn. I really wanted to come in here being spicy.
You never finished about that 24-year-old.
I can't. Oh fuck. This 24-year-old left me on red.
Okay.
And it's bothering me. Because how the fuck you leave me on red? I ain't shit. With these goddamn glasses on.
Oh, my goodness.
Fuck.
Oh, there's more girls.
There's plenty of girls. I
Plenty
don't know
of
why
girls.
that bothers me.
Yeah. You probably really like her. Interested?
We're not going to say that. Not on air.
Okay.
But in regards to like, age and like growing up and things like that, like this is something that I found personally very, very common in just like adulthood. This is something you haven't experienced. Like there's a topic that you picked out of the 200 that I sent.
Yeah.
It's basically just referencing like being attracted to or wanting to be involved with a homegirl's dude.
Right. Yeah. So.
And what that looks like for.
So yeah, I think the post was saying something like, how can some people ever want your friend's partner or something? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been in a situation where I've just wanted, or even was interested, like
To date him.
to date or sexually in a friend's partner. It's never happened on my end. Now, have they done that with my partners? I wouldn't know.
So I experience it all the time because, well, not because, this is not the reason, this is just the reality. And I can talk about it. Do I want to air out people's laundry today? Like, I don't know. I'm caught between spice. It's because I started cooking early. I can't be spicy and cook because that just relaxes me. I was spicy way before I started cooking.
Okay.
But when I started cooking, I started getting relaxed. But fuck. But I've had scenarios where I've messed with somebody and then their friend reaches out based off of the friend's recommendation, kind of.
Was this after the relationship or during?
Fuck. Maybe at the tail end. Like me and said girl did some things. Said girl tells her friend. Her friend then comes to me wanting whatever her friend had.
Okay.
I don't think that's abnormal. You've never heard stories about. I'm gossiping. You've never heard stories from your friends about their dudes, and you'd be like, "Oh, that would be nice." No, is it
like I said, me and my friends probably have different types.
Is it a rule?
No, well, no. I mean, maybe an unspoken rule, but yeah, it's never happened to me. Luckily, I have a great group of friends where we've just known each other for so long that I don't even think that's even possible.
You don't think it's possible?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really just don't think it's like abnormal.
Actually.
Let's go.
Well, back in high school, I'm not going to say any names, but I do have a friend that she dated my other friend's ex-boyfriend.
Oh, we can build on that,
Yeah.
right? So, is that okay? Do people think that's okay? Because I personally don't give a damn. My male friends don't even live in the city, so if you fucking them 300 miles away from here, hey, good luck. Have fun.
It's okay, but I think it's awkward. Like, why would you want to?
How is it awkward?
I don't know. I just I don't want to
still
have
a
to see
person.
you, and then I'm gonna have to remember you probably messed around with her, and it's like, nah, y'all did have sex, so now I
Invite
don't
them to
want
the
to think
wedding.
it.
You gotta invite them to the wedding.
Too close to the circle.
Nah, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I'm sure. I don't know. Like for guys, it probably doesn't matter.
It shouldn't matter in general, because what if,
Yeah.
well, so let's say you date somebody, right? And it doesn't work. And then a year down the road, they come in contact with your friend and it does work. You don't think that's just perfectly fine?
Nah. No.
Yikes. I wouldn't care. Like, I'd probably support it, because I'm like, if they weren't for me, they may be for you.
Yeah. You're
Some,
sweet.
some people's take, though, are like, there's 5 billion people on the planet. Why did you have to date
That's what I'm
someone that
saying.
when I was
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Close-
Too close to the circle.
close areas, man?
Yeah. Familiarity, I guess.
I don't even think it's that. What if the person just is dope and they didn't know they were dope?
True. I mean, situations could always.
Women be hating a little bit, though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. We're a little territorial.
A lot. A lot.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just having a conversation with someone earlier. It was a video, and then basically just like, I think it was their actual server that like came up to them and like complimented the dude, and then the girl was like mad the rest of the day. Like, she's in her feelings the whole day, and he's like, what's going on? And then she just, of course, mimics whatever the server lady said. And he's like, "Are you serious?" And she's like, "Nah, we don't. We're done." I'm like, I don't get that type of energy.
Yeah, that's a little extreme.
Way extreme. And the person that
He
was
didn't
commenting,
do anything.
exactly. And the person that comment was like, "That hat's not even that good looking. Why would she compliment that hat or whatever the case may be?" I'm just like, that's a little
Turning
too
down
tough.
the hat.
That's a little tough.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as complicated as we make it, and that's life. Because like, I don't think there's an issue with a friend fucking your ex or vice versa. Like, I think everyone should just kind of move appropriately.
Yeah.
Depending on your circle, I guess.
True, depending on the circle.
You're totally out of this. You're like, nope, fuck that.
No.
Stop being nervous. Relax.
I'm relaxed. I'm so relaxed. This is just me.
This is your personality?
Yeah.
What would you say is the first thing people notice about you when they meet you for the first time?
My eyes. My smile. People always compliment me on my smile or my eyes. Like, as far as like approaching me or seeing me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'2".
You're not 5'2".
Yeah. Well, I'm wearing like 2
Okay,
inch,
I'm like, hell no.
maybe 3 inch. I don't
That
know.
means
I
I'm
think
5'5" or some shit.
What's up?
Let me see. Went over that. You can't be in a relationship and be friendly. That's embarrassing. That's kind of what I was just saying. Like, what's wrong with being friendly? Like, is it friendly to other women? Just like friendly in general. And what is friendly?
Like, there's spectrums, topics. Like, there's levels to it. Like,
Yeah.
it just depends. So, like, if in this situation where the server complimented her man, like, now if he took it further and was like, hey, well, yeah, like, I like your whatever, complimented her bag, it's like, you didn't have to do all that, or you think what you want. I don't know. It's just like, it just depends on like the dynamic of the flirt, or
I always say this, and this is something I literally always say. I think there should be flirting in relationships. You should be allowed to flirt in your relationships with others.
I mean, it happens naturally, so you should be allowed.
You should be allowed as long as it doesn't go past a certain point.
I do it.
See?
Yeah. I feel like it's just something humans have to like just.
It makes you feel normal.
Yeah.
You want to feel like you still got it a little bit. You want to test it a little bit. You don't want to be stuck in the crib.
Right.
Like, you want to know, like, hey, if free agency ever does happen, I want to be able to get picked up by a team. Like, you want to be out, and I want a playoff team at that. I don't want no bottom feeder.
Right. Yeah.
Like, for sure, you got to test the water sometimes just to know you still got it. Yeah, but women take it too far, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll do it with like 5 guys, and then like all the guys love them.
So y'all just pick one.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the hardest thing? Oh, well, you said you were in North Carolina for a while.
Yeah.
What part?
Greenville. It's like the east part.
Isn't that where J. Cole from? I've never been to North
I
Carolina.
think he's from Fayetteville.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Pflugerville? I don't know.
Yeah, North Carolina's all right.
I've noticed a lot of people moving there in their early 30s, late 30s. Like, I thought it was like mad racist out there.
I didn't experience any racism, but I'm sure.
Is back here where you want to stay, like moving forward?
Yeah.
You don't want to go back?
No.
Why?
No reason to. I really didn't want to leave Texas to begin with. And honestly, like, I've traveled a few states in Texas.
Where you been?
It's at. I've been New York.
What part?
New York City.
I've never been to New York City. I went to Rochester.
Rochester. Okay.
So Canada.
Yeah. All right. I didn't go that far up.
Yeah, went super far up. Actually drove from here to there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 28 hours of hell in the middle of winter.
Why?
Shout out to Bree. She moved. I actually gotta ask her this because, like, every time I think about it, I forget about it. Like, she worked from home, but had to move to a different place to work from home. Like, she lived here, but they relocated her to Rochester for her to work from home.
Okay.
And then now she's in Houston. Shout out to Bree. But yeah, she was relocating, so me and one of her friends just kind of helped her drive throughout the snow.
Yeah.
It was tough, but yeah, she just had to get all her stuff from here to there in like a day and a half period of time. It was
Oh my goodness.
it was tough.
I drove from North Carolina to here, and that was tough.
How long was that?
Well, straight drive 16 hours, but
16.
I stopped
We stopped once, so
once.
we stopped. We stayed the night, or it wasn't night. It was 3 a.m. in the morning when we got there, but we stayed in Nashville.
Okay.
So yeah, another long fucking trip. Long trip.
Ugh.
But where else? So New York, North Carolina, Texas.
Texas. Pretty much drove straight all to Florida, so all those states in between. I have family in Mississippi. I've been a lot of places. Arizona, got some family there.
Arizona.
Colorado, got some family there.
Oh, it's lit.
Yeah. I can go on and on. But yeah, it's pretty good. Texas, like I said, the best. Best food.
What city has the best food?
Houston?
No.
No? What do
No.
you think?
No.
Don't
No.
say San Antonio.
No, not
Okay.
San Antonio does have better food than Houston for sure. Like, for sure.
Okay.
Not Mexican food, but like actual variety of restaurants.
Yeah.
If you really actually go to cities to eat. Some people just eat because they're in a city. Like, I will go to a Houston and spend like 4 or 5 days there and each day try 3 different things from 3 different restaurants.
Yep.
And that ends up being like 15, 20 places I tried.
Yeah.
So San Antonio definitely has better food overall. And also I count surrounding cities too. You don't
Okay.
think so?
Yeah. I mean, Austin has good food too.
Austin has better food than Houston as well. I always get killed for that. I don't know why. People are like, no, they don't. I'm like, you have only been to 6th Street.
Yeah, no. Food in 6th Street, no thanks.
Yeah, you've only been to 6th Street and Rainy Street. You have not been to North Austin. You haven't been to the Domain. Yeah, you just haven't been
I
out.
love trying new places.
That's my job. I used to, so I was in the process of filming for a food show before the pandemic really happened.
Yeah.
And that kind of stifled a lot of shit. But I still kept eating. I think at this point, in the last 2 years, I think I'm at 250 restaurants.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of food?
Anything Asian, like the whole continent. Indian food, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, like anything on that region I fuck with because it's so, all their food is complicated but super simple. Like our food here, like soul food and stuff like that is usually built off of basic things, so yeah, anything Asian, I fuck with it.
Okay.
For sure. I need you to spice up a little bit.
What's that?
Let's talk about a topic you want to talk about. Anything you want to talk about. What's something you can't not shut up about?
No.
You don't know?
Yeah, but I don't know if we can talk about it here.
Is it like bad?
Politically bad.
Oh yeah.
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 And I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No politics and no religion. God damn it.
Let's talk about. There was an interesting post that I did see today where it was like, do men always just want when they describe a woman, they describe a slave?
Oh yeah, that was one of the ones as well, right?
Yeah.
So when they say what they want, women usually respond like it's slavery.
Right. How do you feel about that? Or
I think
how do
it's
you
a
describe-
weird dynamic, right? So let's do timelines, right? So let's start in the 80s. I was born in the 90s, but I got people I know who was in the 80s, right? The ideal of being with someone long term meant survival for women, right? They weren't working. Dude would be expected to take care of the household, right?
right.
Because woman wasn't working.
Yeah.
Chances are they probably couldn't get a job to do the shit on their own at that point in time. Not to say that there weren't women who were, of course, millionaires back then, because that's the truth as well. But now, well, I don't want to skip that far, but the dynamic changed, right? Women started getting jobs, becoming way more independent, and being able to just handle the shit on their own, right? Not needing the man. So moving forward, I think the ideal of like those type of relationships, women kept the ideal of men in that time frame, and men kept the ideal of women from that time frame.
That makes sense.
And that really doesn't work now.
Yeah, I don't think it does either.
Because women were getting married and staying in these long-term relationships to survive.
Right.
And men were staying in these relationships to get girls. It really doesn't make sense anymore when there's fucking content creators that are women who are making 5 times the salary of the mechanic.
Yeah.
Like, so the dynamic is different, but there's still that expectation that it should be that. Like, I hear it all the time, and I hate talking about it, about the 50-50 thing, right? Do whatever fucking works for your relationship.
Yeah, every relationship's different.
Everyone is different. Like, I'm not paying all the bills if we don't live together. Like, why would I pay your rent and mine? That's kind of like,
that's crazy.
It's kind of like going backwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or a scenario where like maybe you guys do live together. What if it's just easier for it to happen like that? Like, hey, I got the rent. You just take care of the utilities. Hey, that's your job. It's my job. Cool. We both work. We both cook. We both clean. Blah blah blah. We don't got kids.
Right.
I don't understand the despair or the complication of that kind of thing, because then women will jump out and be like, oh, he's not a man. He's not this because he doesn't do this. I'm like, you're still using traditional topics and things to define a man now. We can't use the same topics and tropes to define women now because you're just different now.
Right.
Women are just different. OnlyFans would flop in the 80s. There's no way in hell that would even be a thing.
No, you don't think so?
No, hell no. Fuck no. God no. Yeah, there's a dynamic that I'm not here to explain or not here to say here's how you fix it, but yeah, I just wonder. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Things shouldn't be.
I've never
50-50
and
at all.
I've never been the guy who's like, my girl gotta be able to clean. I'm like, I need to clean too. Like,
Yeah.
I live on my
Definitely.
own. Like, if I'm just trying to meet a girl who can clean, like, what's the point?
Or
like,
pick up after yourselves.
yeah,
You know?
like I don't understand that dynamic either. And then also the cooking thing. I was like, I could care less if you can cook. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna be the one cooking anyways.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be the one cooking. That's just what it's gonna be. You're gonna be too nervous to cook in front of me. You're gonna be intimidated. Like, you're gonna be in the kitchen going fucking crazy. I'm just like, I'll just cook. Like, yeah, it's an intimidation factor in that regards. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you like to cook often for like as a first date, or do y'all you take them out?
First dates are never like dinner dates or anything like that. They're usually something as simple as like maybe going to like a food truck park or something. And I don't count that as a dinner date because you got to do some walking, right? Or going to get a drink somewhere that's super public,
Okay.
or somewhere that's maybe, I don't know how to explain it. I don't do dinner dates for first dates. I just don't feel like I can learn anything about you while we stuff our faces. And then also sit here eating like scared, like to
Oh,
actually
yeah.
say what we really want to say, but
Okay.
you're hiding behind chewing, basically.
That makes sense.
And I'm a conversation person. Like naturally, I'm not, but in the last couple of years or so, I've definitely stepped up the conversation game for sure. Like I'm proactively studying communication. Like I want to be able to communicate with everybody, not just the people I like, not just the people that are around me. Like that's why I said earlier, I was like, it really doesn't matter what topic you pick. Like I can figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you figured it out pretty good.
First dates for you, what does that look like? What ideally for you? What would be ideal first date?
Definitely something public during the day. Maybe a hike in a park.
You hike?
I like to be outdoors. So
I hate the outside.
you do. I love it.
I love like inside cold, but like outside cold is a little different for me.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't handle
I
it.
don't like the cold at all, but like on a nice day like this, canoeing.
I can't do water. Yeah.
No.
Nah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I'll do pools, but I won't go in like the water, like lakes. I don't do lakes.
Yeah, I definitely don't do. I've seen too many Lake Placid movies to deal with that shit. Like, yeah, I don't know what's under that shit.
Yeah,
Y'all
the ocean's
guessing.
cool, but I'll just be on the beach or
What was there?
not
It
getting
was
in.
like a meme or something. It was like, how far, what number of distance would you go into the ocean? It's
Oh,
like
yeah, I
one
remember
was like at the shore or something. I was like negative 48. I'm at the hotel actually looking at you, looking out the water because I'm not going anywhere near that shit. Fuck that. Can't control nothing under there. You don't know. Like,
Yeah, that's
no matter
true.
how much research you do, like if a motherfucking whales develop walking and start walking tomorrow, like what the fuck are you gonna do?
Right, and then you can't even see if they're under you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, dynamics have changed for sure with men and women, and I don't think it's gonna get any better.
And yeah, not the way it's going. I don't think it's gonna get any better.
I really don't think because like this generational under us, like they're stamping that shit hard. They're like, nope,
Yeah,
we don't care about none of that shit.
right. I'm not looking forward to that in the future.
That's why I can't date no one 6 years under than me because that's gonna be a tough out for me when I'm big onk.
What's the oldest?
I'm traditionally attracted to older women. Like the youngest I'll date is the 2 years back. Like when I was in my early 20s, I was dating and dealing with women who are in their 30s and early 40s. Like that's my thing, and it's only because like the conversation's better for one. For two, older women just get to the fucking point. Like we don't have to do all this extra conversating and all this. I guess I can call it peacocking. Like, okay, this is what it is. Do you want to fuck me? Do I want to fuck you? If the answer is yes, we fuck. Instead of like, I wonder if she want.
Yeah.
What do you want? And older women typically are that way. They'll like, kind of just explain to you what they want and kind of tell you versus like, oh, he just needs to know. Like, I knew it was right for me because he automatically knew. Like, I don't want to automatically know shit. I just want you to tell me. Let me just get to the fucking point.
Yeah. I'm not a mind reader.
For real. Like, I don't know. Just tell me, yo. Like, be honest.
Yeah.
Being honest is hard for a lot of people, yo.
It is.
Like, I was talking to this girl, right? And she was clearly interested. And anytime anyone is ever interested in me, I ask why, but I don't ask why like women ask why. Women ask why because they want to hear you say all these different things that are positive about you. I ask why because I simply just want to know why. Because for one, my DMs is a mess. It's crazy in there. And I don't know why. Like, let me put it this way. I don't know where a woman saw me to come DM me. I don't know if it's just food related. I don't know if it's just podcast related. I don't know if they saw me at HEB. I don't know. So I always ask, like, why? Like, why are you interested in me? Why have you made that known to me? And people will typically shut down there because, for one, they don't want to be honest. Because if you saw me cook fucking spaghetti one time, and he was like, damn, that looks fucking good. I wish he could cook that for me. And that's why I reached out. Why not fucking say it?
Right.
instead of freaking out and like feeling intimidated. I find it very often that women who talk to me feel some sense of intimidation. I don't know why. I'm very friendly. Like, I'm super friendly. Like, I'm pretty easy to talk to, like, but they think the DM is crazy, and they think that I'm like involved with all the craziness. I am so abstract when it comes to that. Like, for me to be involved with somebody on any kind of like super level, I'm talking weeks of conversation. Like, weeks of consistent conversation, things like that. Like, and this is before like going on a date and kind of going through that process.
Right.
And I know women say this a lot. They always say, hey, I don't want to just go to the crib and Netflix and chill. But like, with me, it's a little different because you're about to get like a meal that you would or could get at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But here. And it could be as simple as me just cooking and making food, because I love food. Like, I love cooking food. Like, that's why I was saying earlier, I was like, I was spicy as hell. I had my sun fucking glasses ready to cuss people out, call them out by name, but I started to cook, and I was like, this relaxed me, so now I don't have enough spice to give it to the pod.
You usually cook after?
No. This was tricky, because I was like, what I could do is I can prep everything, but then I was like, it really shouldn't take that long. So maybe just make the sauce and then just spread the chicken and then fry it or whatever. So yeah. What was one more? One more I wanted to for sure talk about.
Okay. You had one in mind?
38 minutes.
We've been talking for 38 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow. Time flies.
Did I send it to you before or after? Oh, my knees. Oh, yeah, knowing your worth will have you lonely. I disagree with that 1,000 fucking percent.
Knowing your worth will have you lonely? Okay.
Because I think what that is really attesting to is not really feeling the value of yourself. Because if you really value yourself, you're okay with being left alone for a while. Because
definitely,
you know exactly what you provide.
Want. Yeah, and what you provide.
Yeah, so I think an insecure person wrote this for sure, but I really think, like, if you really, really value yourself, you know that, like, value doesn't always equal attention sometimes.
Right. When I heard that, it's like, to me, it's translating to, like, you can settle for less than what you are or what you're worth.
Yeah, and people do all the time.
Yeah.
I've done it. I'll do it again. Just depends on my week and my mood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I personally just wonder if it's a scenario where, like, you really don't value, because I've been there before. I've been in places where I'm like, damn, like, I'm dope as fuck and nobody's fucking with me. But I've been in spots where, like, I'm fucked up and everyone's fucking with me.
Exactly.
And it's just like waves of support and then not support. There is a reason that this is a very guest-wise, woman, female-oriented conversations. And a lot of dudes reach out to me about being on the pod. And this is the reason you're not coming on the pod. A lot of support for my podcast comes from women.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Like the shares and stuff like that. But 96% of listeners to this podcast are guys.
What? That's crazy.
Who have never shared a damn thing, haven't posted a damn thing, but continue to listen. And it's not just guys in the U.S. We're in 15 fucking countries. I don't know if you know what language you're speaking if you are in a different country. But I hate y'all. Stop watching and start sharing and commenting. People don't understand on YouTube. Likes, you can't see who likes your stuff on YouTube. So no matter if there's a like there, you can't see. And most people don't have YouTube channels. Like, they just be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? So comment. If you want more dudes on the podcast, or you want to be available to the podcast, just share it more. Other than that, it's going to stay this fucking 80% women on the pod. Like, that's just going to be what it's going to be. And It's only you to blame. Mm-hmm. Each and every one of you.
Men need to just
support
share.
more,
Yeah.
right? That's just stupid.
I wonder.
But I'm not recording with any rappers. That's still not going to happen. Like, y'all are weirdos out here in
What's
Austin.
your limit?
As far as what?
Who do you not want to record with?
Politicians. Just not rappers, man. Rappers are weird, especially in Austin. Like, Austin's one of the biggest cities in the fucking country. Like, how you been rapping for 40 years and haven't popped off? Not once?
It's nobody that came out from Austin.
It's a major city.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man. And it freaking, I get, this is the spice I wanted to give out, but it's not good. It's not as spicy as it would have been if I would start off like this. But I get tagged in a fucking lot of shit. Like every day, like, hey, check out this artist. Hey, check out this food. And I'm just like, you Austin rappers are so lame to me. I don't know what, it just looks corny. I don't know. I just don't think I have anything in common with you Austin rappers, except for CC, and she's a she, so that's okay.
I can name one, honestly. So
I don't know these dudes. I just yeah, but dudes, support the pod. Support the goddamn pod, man, because like at the end of the day, if you want to come on, I choose. I don't have a team or a staff like I used to. Like I used to have a whole team of people there would be people sitting here. There'd be people over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they all abandoned me.
Why?
Because I'm very, very passionate about what I do. And if you don't match that passionateness, is that the word? Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Passion. It's just not going to work out in your favor. At least being around me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want, if dudes want to be on here, stop sending your promoters to reach out to me. Just
they do
support.
That?
Yeah.
Oh my
this industry. So let me tell you about. So podcasting and radio and music are all under the same realm because it's both visual and audio.
Okay.
Right. So my visuals are only on YouTube, and all my audio goes to the streaming platforms and stuff like that. So it's the same concept. It's just a different form of how you're getting information across. Right.
Right.
Like I've done radio before. I've never rapped and I never will, but it's just, it's all those three categories are all in the same like family.
Okay.
So people will tend to treat, because shout out to the promoters in Austin. I'm cool with some of them, but some of them are also weird. They will just reach out. Hey, I have my artist wants to do this. I'm like, we're not doing that. Who the fuck is your artist? I know this nigga got 10 likes on Facebook. Tell him to DM me. Like, why are y'all playing these press games and shit like that when it's a lot. It's a lot. And there's a lot of this podcast war is all over the place. Like it's actually kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a whole thing, man.
Are you involved in any?
No. These niggas can't touch me. I'll talk shit though. 45, what time is it? 7:30. Did you want to talk about anything else? Even though you didn't talk much. I'm glad you had your presence here. That's always a good thing. And the first ones aren't the easiest, right?
Right.
So I'm sure eventually you'll come back on and we'll do it again and you'll be able to compare your episode, this one to that one.
Yeah. And
we're still on the push for 100 episodes. That caused the episode to end sooner than it was supposed to. So I didn't get to give a proper goodbye to you guys. So be grateful that I'm such a great podcaster and really, really nice to give you guys this send-off. We have nothing else to talk about. I just cooked. I'm sweating a little bit. It's hot as fuck in here. But if nothing else for you, this is the Can We Talk podcast, episode 82. See you guys back here for episode 83. Goodbye, guys.